Hey everyone, it's Katie from rusticpinesmn.com. Today we're doing a little experiment. I was doing some research on the internet a couple weeks ago about junk mail, and that you can turn junk mail and newspapers into fire starters. So I did an experiment, I don't know, sometime midsummer, where I used dryer lint and poured wax over it and put it in egg cartons, and those work great as fire starters. But I thought, you know, every day we come home and the majority of our mail is junk mail, and I thought, I gotta be able to do something with this. And lo and behold, we're gonna do a fire starter experiment. So what we did is we have a bucket, and I put all of my junk mail in here, and it's the non-waxy or the non-shiny junk mail, and I soaked it for 4 days. And basically it makes a paper mache. And so basically it turns out into this mush. And my sweet husband then took his drill and it's a cement mixer, right?
Paint mixer.
Yeah, that works. And he ground it up into these fine particles. But there's still a ton of water in it. So basically we've done this 3 puck test. So the first few pucks we made, we just used the paper. The second test, we added some of my beeswax beads that I used to make salve with. And now we want to see if we can make a denser puck. So we took some of our sawdust shavings, sorry, can't think straight today, and he just finished mixing that into it. So now we have this really mixed up batch of pulp, and we're gonna see what we can do with it. So my honey also made this great contraption, which he's gonna make a video about later to tell you how he did it. And now I'm gonna try to make a puck. So you shove the paper down into his fancy contraption, and I don't want to put too much in there because the first few pucks we made, we pretty much figured out that they were a little too thick and they weren't as dense as what we wanted them to be. And then he has this great thing that he used his nephew's solderer for, or welder, whatever, boy parts, and welded this contraption together for me. And I'm gonna put this down. And I'm going to start squeezing to squeeze all the water out. Now we put a bucket underneath so we can catch all of that water, because that excess water can be used for our next batch. And it gets stickier and stickier since basically you're making paper mache. So I pull down to squeeze as much water out of here as I possibly can. And I'm not as strong as my husband, so I can't make as good a puck as he does. But I squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then get it all out. Then I have to try to, without making an idiot out of myself, pull this bottom board out. Which, of course, because we're shooting a video, I'm struggling with. So I'm wiggling this out so I can see what the puck looks like.
Show them the bottom.
The bottom also has holes in it, so that's pretty sweet. And then, of course, you know, because we like to risk everything, we're using a pop can to push it out.
A full pop can.
Of course. So I want to be a little careful when I push this thing out because I don't want that pop to explode all over the place. So then I just simply push down again. And I take out the pop can, and look at this. Look at how compressed that is. It's really hard. It feels really solid. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this puck and we're gonna bring it in the house near our fireplace, not on it, because of course we don't want to start a fire. And we're gonna lay it out and let it dry. If you just lay it out, it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks for it to dry. But since we're going to put it next to our fireplace that we use all winter long, we're hoping that this process dries it a lot faster, and then we can do a little experiment where we test the 3 different kinds to see which burns more effectively. Well, that's all I have today, folks. So from Katie and John at rusticpinesmn.com, happy homesteading. Bye.